As the outgoing president, I guess, of the CTDA, Clinton and I have two things in common. One is we're both outgoing presidents. The other is we're a little overweight.
But you're doing a better job.
Yeah.
Step right in, say hello,
Well,
The last thing I said to you was I'll see you soon.
Yeah, you did say that. Very good. You always have fun.
Well, Sharon will have a coat. She doesn't have to. She's photo of the
The thing to say other than like hang up. So I said, well, we'll figure it out.
I went to the party last night. I walked up the train and I said, Maureen, how are you? And she said, well, I'm Audrey. No, Audrey.
You want about a soup for us?
So we got to do the old and the new.
Well, this is movies, huh? I can talk and
Yeah.
move around.
Kind of casual.
Dog adores you.
True.
Jack, you look marvelous. You look like $1 million, all green and wrinkled. Now, some people here think that you're a little cheap. It's been said that whenever you take a dollar bill out of the pocket, it takes George Washington a good 15 minutes before he gets used to the light. And I remember the
I learned that from your father, by the way.
You remember your vasectomy? You went to see her to have him do it to save a few bucks? Well, the operation wasn't expensive, except every time you get excited, the garage door opens. And of course, everybody knows his favorite hobby, scuba diving. Of course, you would choose a hobby where you wear tight black latex suits. Speaking of the clothes you wear,
Don't knock it, but you tried it.
you couldn't pass a dress code at Kmart. It's been said that you're so egotistical that you program your computer to applaud. Sharon said you're so conceited that you even have x-rays touched up.
Yeah.
She also says you suffer from CRS, you can't remember shit. And of course,
What'd you say?
I've always been jealous of your beautiful hair. But your hairdo is more like a hair don't. I remember you got mugged by those 3 gay guys in the park over there.
Oh, yeah.
2 of them held you down, the other one did your hair.
How about the 3 that met me in Bologna?
And I don't know, Jack, is that really a beard on your face, or did you just swallow a beaver? I know Fern has never asked you out.
Yellow Book House. Currently, there's a book on everything to do about roasting, but after Steve walked into a fire station, a police station, I guess he's never been to a library. We're kind of stuck with what we got. Jack, it's a pleasure. I have a different kind of presentation. I'll bring back some memories. What I did was I went through my family's albums, and you'll see a lot of albums that have been passed around on some of the tables that, for many of you, you won't have any idea of who the faces are because they go back 35 years, 37 years in business. But I was able to find one face that kept coming up, and that was that of Jack Neese. Born 1940. Jack, when did you start working for my father?
1955.
15 years old.
Actually, I got on the payroll in 55. I started to work about 59.
Represent to the company. This was Jack's high school reunion, 18 years old. One thing you probably don't know about Jack, when he had left my father and did the Navy thing, the Navy currently a docked in California for a little while, and this was just shortly after Laurel's death, and Oliver Hardy briefly took on another partner for a couple months.
Look, if I'd had a beard then, they would have thought I was a rabbi. Okay.
At 25, Jack was to be found. I've got was, 30 years old. We lost track of him. And there's an article where, just to read from the New York Times, I'm sorry. He was recognized, apparently recognized, as the jackal. But his father, who denied it, was then retired to serve his public office for many years in OSHA. But I'll tell you, this is as suspicious a character as you can get. For the Beatles. I was very fortunate, I think fortunate, to take some trips to the Orient. Now there are some secrets that I can't show you, and certainly not sharing of what went on. Naked bodies and hot tubs and things like that.
That was Korea.
That was Korea as well. But Jack was definitely the life of any party that one would hold in Japan and the Orient. In fact, he was such the life of the party that this next newspaper article I have, which is written in Japanese, he was arrested in an early morning raid. Jack never returned to the room at night. But in the Orient, they really had prostitution legalized. They were certified. I can tell you about this. I had a masseuse come to my room who was blind.
She had to be to work on him.
But she told me I had to keep the towel on at all times, and it was just very interesting. But this early morning raid arrest, you can read about it. Japanese. Now, not all moments for Jack are very happy. In fact, Jack, I think, is using it, Rich is using this actually in the employee training for what to do when a customer asks for a cash refund. They just showed Jack's picture and actually, it was also thought, now Jack did go back to try to get his high school degree because it was found that he lied about some of the tests. The article goes on to talk about that not all students were quite as reputable at the Beverly Hills High when he hit the dock. So if he stayed a couple more years, you'd have seen him on 90, 210 in high school. So I'll forget that. Jack often talks about dressing up as his childhood hero, Tex Ritter. But most of the time, as Sharon might confess, is he plays the part of the horse. Tool time.
Probably was because of my big tool.
Well, you're probably clapping because you did see him on the X-rated movie about a handyman tile installer at a home for the elderly, where they were all trying to figure out why he was called Big Jack. At times, Jack does drink too much.
Tonight may be one of those
This was taken after, let's see, 1993. So this was just last year's holiday party. At the Holiday Inn. Sharon doesn't know this, but this is early Sunday morning. We call them. We have to keep an eye on Jack. Jack, it's a pleasure being your partner. I mean, this stuff is all fun, and mostly it's all fun. Except those meetings when we have to get together and try to decide on something. It's Bill Tweed and no.
Bill always says, who brought the coin? We can flip this thing.
It's a pleasure working for you. You've honored us greatly by being the president of the Ceramic Tile Distributors Association. You can all know what those letters C, T, E, A are. It's great pride that you've been able to represent the East Coast group, although you do say president of Standards out in Haven whenever you're in there, but that's a minor thing. You've done a great honor, really, for everybody in this room and for the industry. It's a hard job to be head of an organization as esteemed as that, and the hard work often goes unnoticed. But we really wanted to let you know that we do think you've done a great job. We're very proud of the time you've taken outside your business, and just welcome. Congratulations on a good year.
How did they know? Oh, one of my favorite things. Thank you very much. We'll get home in one piece. I don't have any room in the car for this. I have to drink it tonight.
Well, before we do that, we'd like to just spend a couple minutes with you. As many of you know, all the accomplishments Jack has achieved at this point. One thing that in order to keep a business open that long, to become a big president of an association like that, you need to be able to adapt. You need to be able to adapt to the things around you and the environment that changes around you on a constant basis. And in Jack's life, in the past 54 years, since his birth on October 13th, 1940, Jack has seen quite a few of these changes within the world around him. And we'd just like to take a moment to cover those things.
Yeah, deposit this tomorrow. I have to tell you, it's fairly heavy.
Well, be careful.
Okay. Oh, and somebody taped the box shut.
No, it's just humility.
I will not forget who I am. That's absolutely wonderful.
Longest running employee that you have.
Until tonight, then he'll be late.
Stop holding, Ellie, I know.
No, I've been here for just about 10 years, and I hope that this company and the way I've seen it grow in 10 years, that I'm here to
We hope you are too.
employees.
Thank you. This one's a little lighter. You want to say this paper too, Antoinette?
Yes,
It's going to be hard.
I could take the next day off.
Oh, what shoulder is it, Dad? Oh. Oh, it's a weather vane. Look. Oh, what a wonderful jacket. Look at this. I'm America. I didn't even turn around.
You don't forget who you are.
Oh, I'll know. I'll know where the paychecks come from. That's good. That's absolutely super. Thank you. That's incredible. Wonderful.
Goes west.
Oh, the West Group?
Or they want to come, but
They don't take returns. There's a card, though, that says, congrats. And inside it says, congratulations. Just wanted to extend our congratulations, which they did. Steve, Bev, Liu, and the whole gang at Best Nile. And that's a big gang. Thank you. In China, they have the gang of 4. Best Isle, they have the gang of 4 play.
It's that hot tub there.
It's the hot tub up in the office. Oh, they're trying to send me somewhere too, I can see. This is so that I don't wait for my luggage. Perfect.
This is what Steve needs. Wait a minute.
Yes, Steve has the luggage problem.
Why are we next week?
Steve has the luggage problem.
gets there.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. I like this one. Will we ever see Tile Europa? I had to think about that. If so, can I be a manager? I think so. Tile Europa. I like that. Tile America, Tile Europa.
Or an outside sales rep?
That's very good. Will the Giants win another game this year? Maybe. The answer to this one is yes. Jack, you've acted Jewish all your life. Are you circumcised? Are there rings around Saturn? I gotta save this one for later too. That kind of goes with it. Whoop, that one goes too. Jesus. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, I got it now. No, save those. They're great. Where did you get your tie?
His wife got it.
My wife dresses me. My wife undresses me. If you work for 10 years, do you still get a trip to Europe? Yes, I go every year. What year was the picture behind you taken? 1742. See, nobody knew that. I knew there was a picture. That's the same hat.
Across from Mars.
I bought it from.
Clint
Yeah,
Eastwood.
that's.
Clint Eastwood.
I'm confused. Are you? Not as confused as you are. This is good. We were driving to a United Way function the other afternoon with Rich and Tim, and Rich took us through some back roads in Milford, Connecticut, and one of them passed a school, and apparently was getting near recess time, and there was a young lad having a great time. He'd apparently been assigned to putting the cones out in the road, these bright orange cones to block traffic, and he was playing with them and flipping, so I happened to say that he probably had the title of Cone Man. And then a minute later, I thought he probably worked in the library of the school also. He was probably known as Cone Man the Librarian. And this says, how did you ever think of Cone Man the Librarian? I'm nuts, that's why. When are we going to open the store in the Virgin Islands? Well, when I'm through with those virgins, somehow we have a reoccurring theme. When are you going to retire? When are you going to retire? From guess who, Brian? When are you retiring? Seriously, when? When are you retiring? Can I have a race first? When are you retiring? No, really. When are you retiring, really? When are you going to retire? And my favorite, when are we going to retire? Well, Sherry, we are going to retire. This has been just so much fun. You certainly have a great sense of humor. I wish I had about a week to prepare for this. I did
It
write.
wouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been if I'd been able to do that. It was interesting. I was talking to Don earlier, and Don said, you know, I'm really impressed. I'm the only vendor salesman that was invited And I said to Don, what made you think we invited any vendor sales reps? And Brad alluded earlier to some commercials, and if you had the pleasure of seeing Brad's commercial, I saw it also in the back of his van. I thought he was showing me a commercial for the Hair Club for Men, but it was not. That didn't go over very well. They haven't seen this commercial. Brad was talking about me in Japan, but we remember when Brad came out of a little back room in a little Japanese ryokan we were staying in with a rubber ducky.
A rubber airplane.
A rubber airplane? It was a pink rubber airplane. And he was flying it around the room, so we've had some really fun things together.
In his bathroom.
In his bathrobe, in his kimono, actually.
They all work the most.
We all work kimonos. We've had an awful lot of fun as a group. We've had a lot of fun as the partners of East Coast Tile. We've enjoyed the relationship that we have because it's somehow unique, because if you all know us, Bob Rose, Steve, Brad, myself, we're very different individuals. We have very different personalities. Yet somehow, through it all, we all enjoy each other, and I think have a wonderful mutual respect for each other's capabilities and contributions to our company. And if it weren't for those partners, I don't think I know that our company, East Coast Tile, would not nearly be as successful as it is. It's been a wonderful intermeshing of my associates that has made us a success. There are 7 people basically that I really want to call to your attention. They're extremely important people to me that have been major factors in my life. The most important, of course, are my mom and dad, who are with us this evening. In addition to my mom and dad, the 2 people that have influenced my life the most are Harry and Molly Marcus. Harry and Molly had the foresight to know what an incredible human being I am. They saw that when I was 15 years old. Of course, they didn't know I was in the basement scraping that shovel back and forth. They presented me with an opportunity to be a part of an industry that I love and an organization that has grown to include all of you wonderful people. My children, my son Brian, my daughter Lauren. My daughter Lauren, 2 people they're just in my heart all the time, and I am just so proud of both of them. It's just been a joy to have them be my children. And my wife Sharon. Sharon's been an important part of my life, both on the personal side, of course, but on the professional side as well. She helps make our business work. She's helped me be a part of the CTDA, and I love her and thank her for it. I'd like to say just a couple things about the CTDA, if I could. I've been involved been on the board now for about 6 years, and it's been a real learning experience for me. Harry and I attended the very first CTDA meeting that was held about 13 or 14 years ago. And I think Harry and I sat there and they asked for nominations from the floor, and I remember Harry saying, "You ought to be nominated," and I sitting there saying, "Yeah, sure, yeah, okay." Never having a clue that 14 years later I could be president of the organization. And it certainly wasn't my intent in being involved with the organization to become president. But it was an industry that I love, so it was an industry that I wanted to be part of, not just in Connecticut or in New England, but I wanted to be part of our industry in its total. And it's not just confined to the United States, as you know, it's confined to the world. The whole world uses ceramic tile. And I think I have clay in my veins, and maybe some of that ultra-color grout that we never know quite what color it is in there as well. I've enjoyed this industry. I enjoy all of the people that I work with. I couldn't be part of the CTDA if it weren't for the fantastic support that I get from the people that I work with in New Haven. As I mentioned, Sharon is a very important part of the support that I get. Sherry, of course, my administrative assistant. Having good people like Rich Coyle, having good people like all of our managers, Michelle, who's here this evening, and Bill, and Mark, and who did I leave out?
Brian.
I've already said nice things about that. Brian, our purchasing manager, Tim, our credit manager, Antoinette. We just have a wonderful team that has allowed me to put a tremendous amount of time and effort into our distribution organization. And I thank them from the bottom of my heart for allowing me that time, because it's something that I love to do. I feel I'm giving something back to the industry, what little I can. And I've enjoyed every minute of my association with the CTDA, even through the frustration that I have felt on occasion. And a special thanks goes to all those people who have supported me. This replaces the holiday party. Oh, you didn't know? They didn't tell you? No, of course it really doesn't. We look forward to having everybody there. I don't have a lot else to say except thank you very much for this special evening.
What?
Don?
Well, if Jack is through, he just said that it's a surprise that he was here. And it's incredible ability to ad lib. Of course, I have booked him at the comedy club.
I've had some wonderful straight men, so it works out when I get such good lines. Thank you very much. It's a night I won't forget, and thank you for being here, and finish the wine.